Hello, everyone. Jason here with Face Shift Games and a whole bunch of guests that we have today. And I think we should be live on every platform except Facebook group still eludes me for some reason. I have it literally in another window and it just has been saying live video is starting for the last 5 minutes as I've struggled with it. I've refreshed. I don't understand. But I did post a link at least to the Facebook group to hopefully point people over to many of the other 5 places that they can watch the live stream. So that particular one bugs me. But aside from that, today is gonna rock. So thanks everyone for joining. We've got quite a few guests here. So let's explain what's happening. Let me explain the agenda, and then we'll do a couple introductions. So first off, we will be going through a fun game of trivia. And we're gonna start with that. That'll take 20, 25 minutes or so. And that should bring us up to just about the time that this actually launches, which is 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific, when the Widgets Workshop campaign on BackerKit will actually be live. So we're looking forward to having some fun as we approach the 0 hour, and then we'll hopefully see that the page switches. I shouldn't have to do anything. It's supposed to be automatic, so it should switch to live. Everyone can start to jump in, take a look at the campaign page, and hopefully back it right away. Alex and I, Alex Cutler, the designer who's here with us of Widgets Workshop, will walk through from top to bottom the campaign page. So we kind of highlight all the different sections and some of the special things going on with the campaign. And then he and I will jump into a full game of Widgets Workshop Live, and that will be on Tabletop Simulator. As of yesterday, Widgets Workshop is now official downloadable content via Tabletop Simulator on Steam, and so anyone can go there. It's a $4.99 purchase, and we will be running a giveaway for some codes so that you can get a free copy of that. If you win the giveaway contest. We'll launch that just after today's live stream. So that's a little bit about what is going on. I don't want to delay too much. We want to get right into the fun. So let me quick introductions. Obviously, I've already mentioned Alex is here with us, the designer of Widgets Workshop, and you're going to be hearing a lot more from him. Tim Mirzajewski is, oh God, I'm sorry, Tim, if I butchered it once again, is our designer for Etherspire, which was our most recent Kickstarter campaign, very successful, and that is now in full manufacturing mode, so that one's going super well, and Tim's going to be the host of our trivia game. Tim loves doing this kind of thing. He's done this professionally on the side quite a bit.
That's true.
And then we also have, I'll just do quick introductions. We have Kevin Root with us. Kevin is a newer designer on our team, a game that you might not have even heard about yet. So
currently just some guy.
So, yeah. And Chris Williams, you will hear more about his game a little later if you don't already know about Obelisk. Obelisk is another very portable small box game, just like Widgets Workshop. We're actually going to be offering some pairing options during the Widgets Workshop campaign, and you'll see his game there. So welcome to all of you. Thanks for joining with us. And hopefully, where's my chat window? let me make sure. There's the chat window. We've got some people giving various emojis. So I assume that means everything's great. And audio's working well. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Tim Majewski, pronounced a different way. And let's,
Jason, how long have you known Tim? How many years?
It doesn't matter.
I mean, don't let him get away with that, Tim. You gotta lay down the line.
About as many years as I have letters in the name. So about 1 year per letter, you can work it out. Jason, are you able to share my screen, please? Excellent. So everyone that's on the call and anyone watching in the audience can join this quiz. There are going to be 3 rounds in it. 2 of them are going to be board game related, and 1 of them, pop culture robots.
Pop culture robots.
Pop culture robots.
That's awesome. So we should join Tim on our phones, or does it not matter?
A phone, desktop device, whatever you want to do. Anything, you should be able to go to that URL, play.bluekit.com, and enter that ID 3756100. At least 2 of you have figured it out, so hopefully we'll be all good. If anyone in the audience wants to join, they're completely welcome to, either right now or later on. You should be able to join while it's in progress as well. Just have a little bit of catching up to do.
Yes, I meant to be very clear on that. This is audience participation. So a bunch of you are already joined live on various platforms. Open up a browser on your computer or on your phone. As Tim just said, go to play.bluekit, that's BLOOKET.com, and punch in the number you see on the top of the stream there, and you can join us and see who knows the most about pop robot culture and games.
Just to make sure we can get through, I think, start the game now, but I'll give some reminders for people joining the stream a little later that they can hop on in whenever.
Perfect.
I believe that there is a little bit of speed element in the scoring, so there will be 20 seconds to answer each question. The first couple questions will be all about either board games in general or some specific titles. So these are all going to be multiple choice. So click, tap whatever A, B, C, or D on your device, and you'll hopefully get the right answer, get some points, and there will be a leaderboard between each question. Oh, excellent. We have 1 person not on the call at least. Fantastic. Love to see it. I'm going to press start and get into our first question so we can see how it goes. There's going to be a variety of difficulties, some hard, some easy, some that I think are hard that will be easy, and vice versa. So let's see how it goes. All right, get ready. 3, 2, 1. Our first question. Which of these games is the oldest? Is it Scrabble, Operation, Trouble, or Risk? And might as well guess something. There's no extra penalty for guessing a wrong answer compared to leaving it empty.
5, 4.
Are our answers public? How much shame will we feel if we get wrong?
Well, let me pause here. So it looks like, yeah, this was a tricky one to start with. I probably would have gone Risk myself. That was 1959. Operation and Trouble, both 65. But Scrabble at 1948 is a decade older than the others, at least. So let's see how we're doing here. I'll get used to the countdown here. So Alex gets the big points for being fastest, and Kevin in second.
I have a fun fact about Scrabble.
I love fun facts.
Yeah, so it was designed by a guy named Alfred Butts, and his second game after Scrabble was called Alfred's Second Game. It did not do as well as Scrabble.
Apparently not. How many one-eyed jacks are in a standard deck of playing cards? Are there 1, 2, 3, or 4?
You might have to pause the timer because Alex was talking.
I don't have control as much as I thought.
That's my whole strategy, Jason. I have
to. So 4 of you, the 4 of you that got a chance to answer that, knew that there were 2. For no extra points, anyone know which 2 those are?
Oh,
It's either the black ones or the red ones. That's my guess.
I think it's the red ones.
All of you are wrong. It's 1 of each, a spade and a heart.
What?
Yeah, so unfortunately, I guess I can just wait to press next.
Yeah.
Let's see how the leaderboard shakes out with this. And, a tie for first, Kevin and Alex both. And it just pushes me through. I don't get any control there. So here we go. Which of these themes has not been used for an official retheme or reimplementation of Pandemic? Which of these has not been a pandemic? Cthulhu, the Roman Empire, Star Wars, or computer viruses?
Oh.
I think I fat fingered it and hit the wrong thing. We'll see.
Well, 3 of you correctly got computer viruses have not been used.
How is that not happened? That would be an awesome.
I did fat finger the wrong thing and got it right.
The other games in question are called Reign of Cthulhu, The Fall of Rome, and Star Wars: The Clone Wars. You can guess which one goes to which theme.
That makes sense. Star Wars goes with the Cthulhu, right?
Exactly. You got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it looks like Kevin, Chris, and Jason got that right. Kevin, 18 points in the lead. All right, coming up next. Which of these games has never been number 1 on Board Game Geek's list? Agricola, Power Grid, Gloomhaven, or Paths of Glory? Which one has never sat on top?
It's one of 2. Let's see if I got the right one.
Straight up guess.
3, 2,
I
1.
guess I know 2 of them.
Pretty split.
Oh,
But Power Grid, the one of you that guessed Power Grid was right.
Yeah.
Anyone know what the current number 1 is? It's none of these.
Is it Brass Birmingham?
Very good. Very good. You get an extra 0 points for that.
That's the tiebreaker, though.
Alex, the only one to correctly identify that.
Alex
Yeah.
knows
There
that
goes my
because
lead.
Alex has been looking at those top charts very much.
Coming up next, how many ducks appear on the box cover of The Quacks of Quedlinburg? Are there 4, one for each player color in the base game? Is there 1 large duck made of 67 smaller ducks? Are there 33 ducks in a circle surrounding a raven? Or no ducks at all?
Great game. I did not scrutinize the cover.
There's no ducks at all. There's nothing to do with ducks at all in the whole game. It's medical quacks, not bird quacks.
That's-
3 of you got that.
Although a duck-themed version of that would be very cute. I would buy that.
Yeah, totally.
Trick
One of you.
question.
So we have Alex, I believe, strengthening his lead, breaking the tie that he had with Kevin. So he alone sits on top. If anyone watching wants to join, by the way, the ID is still up in the corner. Which of these 4 games was not designed by Reiner Knizia? Lost Cities, Alhambra, Ingenious, or Mlem Space Agency? Which was not a Reiner Knizia game? Well, looks like we did get someone else joining, which is fantastic. You definitely have time to catch up.
Pretty sure I have this down to 2.
Ingenious, the popular answer, but Alhambra, the correct answer. Dirk Hen designed that one. So let's see who the one Knizia expert is. Chris, excellent.
That was me. I guessed, though. I haven't played any of those games.
You're an expert.
Yes.
And that brings you up to second place. Which game has expansions called Heavy Rain and Tunnel Vision? Are those expansions for Sky Team, Heat Pedal to the Metal, The Quest for El Dorado, or Thunder Road Vendetta?
I'm second guessing myself now. I want to change my answer.
Same.
5 of you in, and 4 of you getting Heat Pedal to the Metal. Excellent. Let's see how that changes things up. Alex with
Ooh, look at that, 1/10 of a second. Yeah.
Very close here. Oh, it looks like Topher may have gotten kicked out and gotten back in. Which was the first game to win the Spiel des Jahres award?
Oh, God.
It's an old award. Is it Heron Tortoise, Fury of Dracula, Elfenland, or Heimlich and Company?
I decided to guess fast, and if it's wrong, it's wrong.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It goes back to 1979 with Heron Tortoise, which no one went for, so there should be no change to the leaderboard.
Oh, I should have guessed it.
Lots of zeros. That is fine. A tough question. A very tough question. So Alex staying on top there. Which Kickstarter campaign raised the most money in the category tabletop games? Which campaign was it? Was it Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere RPG, Frosthaven, Exploding Kittens, or Marvel Zombies: A Zombicide Game, which was the biggest?
Is Kickstarter campaign a proxy for other platforms?
Well, I was only using the what was on Kickstarter's ranking, and with those over 15 million raised, Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere RPG, Frosthaven.
That's not surprising.
That guy prints money.
These are all very successful. All of them raised at least 9 million, but the RPG was not on anyone's radar here. So again, should be no change to the leaderboard. I believe that's our last general question. Now I'm going to show you some quotes from rule books, and you identify what game it's from the rule book for.
Oh, that's fun.
If you are eliminated by an attack on Tokyo, the monster who attacked you automatically takes control of Tokyo. Is that from Sushi Go, Takenoko, King of Tokyo, or Tokyo Highway? Oh, excellent. We got someone else joining. Anyone who wants to jump in anytime, 375-6100. Looks like we have 5 people actively playing that know King of Tokyo. And Kevin.
Widget.com.
Half a tenth of a second.
Half a tenth of a second. I'm at a disadvantage because I got to change tabs every time a question comes up.
Play.lookit.com. After
Lookit.com.
placing the tile, you may place one meeple as a traveler on one of the road segments on this tile. Railroad Inc., My City, Tiny Towns, Carcassonne. No one fooled at all. Meeples, Carcassonne, they go together like Meeples and Carcassonne. Fastest was Alex. I think he's keeping his...
Are we allowed to say meeple? Is it still in dispute? Or is the stream going to get banned?
It's in their rule book. They even have the etymology in there. So the label indicates the number of buttons to pay for the patch. Will you find that in Calico, Patchwork, Arch Ravels, or Two Rooms and a Boom?
No, I only realized the other day that it's Arch Ravels, and I've just been calling it Arch Rivals for so long now. I never noticed that it was an A.
Two Rooms and a Boom is one of my bucket list games. I've never been able to play it, but would love to.
See, I have it, but it's just sat on my shelf for a long time.
Oh, no quilting in that game as far as I know. But Patchwork had it, and that was the popular answer. Looks like Topher saying in chat he keeps kicking him out and won't let him rejoin. That is frustrating. I'm sorry to hear that. Kevin, the fastest on the trigger, just barely.
Topher, I'll play for you as another Chris Topher.
Good to have that unity. If a pawn is on a tile that becomes flooded, lift the pawn off the tile, flip it, and then return the pawn to the tile. Would you find that in Earth, Terra Mystica, Forbidden Island, or Mississippi Queen? Five of you said Forbidden Island, and 5 of you are right.
Okay. It's when it sinks completely that it moves off, right?
Yeah,
That's
the two-stage
okay.
process.
Yep.
And Kevin in first place with 68. Alex second, 60 points. Very tight, very tight. A firework must start with the number 1, and each card played to a firework must increment the previously played card by 1. Which of these titles is that firework game?
I think I clicked the wrong one.
This is a guess. I haven't actually played any of these.
Yeah, you knew it started with Hana, but it was Hanabi. That was the correct one there. It's definitely.
I picked the one that I knew was about fireworks.
And Kevin keeps the lead. Alex tightening the gap a bit.
Ooh.
I did not put in the pizza thing. In addition to resources, your mechs can pick up and drop off any number of workers during a move action. Is that part of Mechs and Minions, Robot Quest Arena, Scythe, or Le Havre?
that one? This is one I don't know.
The mechs and workers are in Scythe.
Oh.
Gosh darn it. Yeah, that was the other one. I haven't played Scythe either.
I haven't played it in years. I don't remember that there were workers.
Oh, no.
Oh,
My
Kevin
lead.
didn't get that, but maybe Alex didn't either. Lots of shifting. Kevin, 5 ahead.
Okay.
See how we're doing here. None of the players is permitted to disclose any of their card values or show them to another player. There must be absolutely no consultation between the players and no secret signals either. Which of these games is hiding your card values very important?
This one I actually do know, and it's a fantastic game.
It's definitely interesting.
I won't.
It's
one of
one
our
of those
go-tos.
games that it's not a
Games to
go-to.
play.
It's just fascinating because it's so simple.
I used to work for Pandasaurus, so I had to get this one right.
So
A tie. We have a tie.
Tied
on
again. Oh, gosh darn it. I just can't shake you.
The first chapter of your story will tell the tale of how the universe began. Some of these titles might look a little familiar to some people.
I've never even heard of any of these.
But at least most of you have heard of one of them.
Hey, Lily. Thanks for joining.
Before there were stars. And there's a little Easter egg for those of you watching. These are older games by many of the
That's
people
my
in the
dark-
call.
Yes, I was going to say several Easter eggs on this one.
awesome.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, so Darkspire is what became Obelisk. What are the other ones?
Mars versus Earth is my first game that never published. I kind of self-published it a little bit temporarily on the Game Crafter, but that's about it.
Before There Were
Darkspire
Stars was my second published game that was with Smirk and Dagger.
And all part of the master plan was Scott Smith's, who could not make it to the call, but the designer of Dungeon Drop and Drop Drive. That was an early work of his.
That's
I
awesome.
picked the orange one.
So now there's going to be pictures of robots seen in TV or movies. Identify the name of that robot.
Oh,
There'll
boy.
be starting easy and getting harder.
It's a speed round. Who can click the fastest?
Yeah.
I will say this one is definitely an inspiration for our gear golem. That we
I
have.
also did not realize until now the answer is written on the picture. So if someone did not get Wally on that, okay, good. Everyone playing got that. I didn't QC that one very well. That's okay. I think you all would have gotten it whether you saw that or not. Alex, the fast one with 1 point something seconds.
It's a great movie.
Oh yeah, Alex in first.
It also came out right after our. Sorry.
If I had more control over when I can move, I'd love to
No,
hear
it's all good. I could tell you now. It's it came out the summer right after my high school theater did Hello Dolly, and we had no idea that music was going to be so central to the theme for this movie, and we just got super excited in the theater. It was great.
Fun.
Oh, it's
Looks
awesome.
like everyone playing knew that was Rosie from the Jetsons, with Alex beating Chris by
just
half a
not
second.
fast enough.
So Alex extending his lead a bit. Let's see how these next ones go. Got a few left. That was the same one.
I'm gonna click Rosie.
Should we
I
answer
want more points.
I mean, still click Rosie. It's still Rosie. I guess I screwed up something when I was editing. At least it's not giving you wrong, but it is a wrong duplicate. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
All right.
At least we all got it right the second time.
I think you all got it right the first time, too. Sorry. It's okay. We'll have that. Oh, also, everyone's name changed? Oh, no. It's just I think we had some names that we didn't see before. Okay. All right. Hopefully, it's not all rosy from here on out. Let's see what happens. All right. Who are we seeing there? Is that Skynet, T-1000, RoboCop, or Lawnmower Man? I think 6 is everyone we have in the call, but I'll let the timer run out. Yes, that is the T-1000.
Has anyone gotten any of these wrong yet?
Not
No,
the
I think-
robots.
I think you're all perfect on the robots. Chris, the fastest one there.
I'm losing out on the speed. That's my issue.
Yeah, the speed's getting me here.
All right, let's see if any of these are at all trickier for anyone. That's maybe a little dark to see, but who are we seeing in that picture?
I can't actually see this.
Yeah,
I have a guess.
Great
Yeah,
here.
second day.
You shouldn't. You should know it even by the shadows.
Well, it's the size of a postage stamp on my iPhone.
Hey, it didn't matter. You all knew it was Johnny 5. Good job. There are 3 questions left. Topher's final form got that one. Appreciate you rolling with it, Topher. All right, third to last here. What robot are we seeing there?
Oh.
We got some tricky answers in there.
I clicked wrong. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed.
From Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, we are seeing Marvin, the paranoid android.
Oh, I thought it. Oh, good. I got it right.
Oh.
I was confused with Marvin the Martian, thinking that I got it wrong.
Chris, the fastest that time. Alex has a 7-point lead over Kevin with 2 robots left. Who are we seeing there? Are we seeing IG88B, Q90, 4LOM, or K2SO?
This robot is played by the GOAT.
I know.
Yeah, all those
Favorite
are
robot.
names of Star
so
Wars
good.
droids. 4 of you got the right answer of K2SO. Let's see what that does with our standings. Topher very fast. Kevin faster than Alex. A tight 5-point
Oh,
game.
come on.
Final
No.
question. So, our final one. What robot is that? What's that name? Is it Vicky, Sunny, One, or Isaac?
Oh, I think I messed up.
This robot comes from a movie that is very different from the book.
That is true. From iRobot, that is Sunny.
Damn it.
4 of you getting that. Let's see what that does with our final standings.
If you got this, Kevin, you just took the lead.
I got it.
Third place,
I did get
Chris.
it.
Second place, Alex. Whoa, didn't know there'd be sound there. Kevin, the last second. Okay, stop that. I don't. I'm going to stop sharing here. But great job, Kevin.
My
Well,
screen
yeah.
says 4th place is still awesome. I'm just saying.
And who knows where
It was
Topher
a close game, Alex.
Yes, that was very close.
Oh,
That
thank
was
you
awesome.
so much for playing in that. That was a lot of fun to host. Oh, stop that. I'm going to hand it off to Jason and Alex and everyone. Great luck with the campaign. I've gotten to play the game, and it's a lot of fun. So can't wait to find out how many other people get to enjoy it, too.
Tim, thank you so much for hosting
Thanks, Tim.
and putting that all together.
Thanks,
That was
Tim.
a ton of fun. We're going to do that again. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. And we are at 1:02 p.m. Eastern. So theoretically, I'm just going to pop over and it should be live. Actually, I'm seeing some people on my Discord uploading screenshots. They're probably proud of being backer number 1 or something. So theoretically, we're live. Let's verify this. Yes, it says live. Awesome. So let's do, first of all, I'm going to need to.
I got to run. Thanks for doing this. It was a lot of fun. Good luck, you guys. I'm back at this one for sure.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Thanks, Kevin.
See you.
Awesome. So the first thing we're going to do is play the intro video here on the live stream so that everyone can be part of that. And then we're going to take a look at the campaign page. So stand by for 2 minutes while I play this intro video. Hey everyone, Jason here with Phase Shift Games. Widget's Workshop by Alex Cutler is our newest title in our award-winning line of drop-style games. we're going to ask our friends at Tantrum House to take us through the highlights.
Shuffle the deck of gears and flip about half of them before spilling them all out on the table, and then you're ready to begin.
On your turn, you will take 1 face-up card or 2 face-down cards by using just 1 finger to pull them out of the pile.
If 2 face-down cards were chosen, you'll pick one to keep and you'll put the other one back.
Then, you'll place your selected tile in the proper orientation on one of the 3 robot bays. So this part will go on the space for the left leg.
Players may decide to replace old parts with new parts, but you can never move a part from one bay to another.
As soon as you have all 5 parts for a robot, it is complete. You'll stack it and move it to the correct scoring slot to free up space in your bay to build another robot.
5 points are awarded for having 4 matching traits, and 10 points if you have 5 matching traits.
Play continues with players selecting parts and assembling bots in this way until one player has completed all needed robots for your player count, and then the player with the most points wins.
All right, let me unmute everyone now that that's done. Yeah, I got word that it might have been echoing because of you're hearing it in the live stream, but also on the page or whatever. Sorry about that if it sounded a little echoey. You can go back and watch it on your own anytime you want. Yeah, that was we had a lot of fun putting that video together, and I think it really captures the essence of the spirit of the game. It's small, it's fast, it's snappy, it's got that drop, magical drop style mechanic, and we're really proud of that. So what I am gonna do now is share my screen, and we're going to walk through the campaign page and explain some things. We already got a couple questions, so I want to address those as we go. Give me a moment here. Share screen. Share. Did it work? Oh, there it is. All right, and let me put our thumbnails over on the side. Alrighty, there we go. So, yeah, let's talk through what is on this campaign. Let me refresh, make sure everything is live. All right, so Pocketopia right off the bat. Once again, this is part of a very large effort where, as you can see, 67 projects, all of us pooled together and created a small box game that's supposed to be, I think they call it a backpack game, like it's supposed to be portable, small size, and everyone launched on the exact same day and time, which was 7 minutes ago. So we'll see. And then there's plenty of other really cool projects, by the way. Definitely check a bunch of those out. All right, so let's go down here. Welcome to Widgets Workshop. Yeah, $15. I wasn't sure as we were putting this together if we were going to be able to maintain that price. I really loved it. I love it also, not just because it's a nice small number, but it's even less than the first game that we launched on Kickstarter 6 years ago, which was Dungeon Drop. That was $16 buy-in for the base tier. So being able to beat that is really cool. And so very proud of that. That's the base tier. And then, of course, if you want, there's some add-ons and neoprene mats and stuff like that. We've got a bunch of reviewers that have given us some great content. You can see it down in the preview section. Here's Ruel from Rado Runs Through. He had a blast with it, as you can see. Vitals of the game. Alex Cutler's the designer. It is for 2 to 5 players. We were asked, of course, will there be a solo mode? We have noodled on some ideas for a solo mode. I've said it before, and I'll repeat. I'm not going to add a solo mode just for the sake of doing it. It has to be compelling, and it has to be really well thought through and baked. So we are noodling on it and playing with some different ideas. Nothing that is baked enough yet that I'm comfortable saying it will have solo. So stay tuned. Obviously, if we can flesh something out, we will. It is a quick game, 20 to 30 minutes, and ages 8 and up. So why should you back now? At this point, it's probably cliche, but I hope you know how important day one backers are for creators. That sets the stage. It sets the pace of the entire campaign, is how much you succeed on day one. So the day one backers, we give incentives to back within the first 48 hours. As you can see here, there's an early birds incentive that will be the arcane accessories module, which is a really cool add-on. That is free. That we'll just add that on to anyone's cart if you back today or tomorrow, basically the first 48 hours. And we really want to have that, being able to say you're funded in day one and have that pace set for the next 28 days. Also, we have an incentive here for repeat backers. It's something BackerKit makes nice and easy for us, so we certainly took advantage of that. If you backed any of our prior campaigns over the last 6 years, then you will also get Boblin Bites Pizza Break module for free. All right. What's inside this box? So 80 of these really cool cards, which you saw in the video, and you'll see many more screenshots of below. They are custom plastic cards. I actually have some of the prototype ones here with me. So there's a prototype of it. It's a totally transparent center, except for the actual robot part and the letter, which makes up the name. So really cool custom cards, really cool shape, and that transparency adds the whole element that makes this game possible. Seeing this really cool messy pile on the table and seeing some of the hidden information, but not all. So there's 80 of those. We also, this may be a new for some of you who've watched along over the past few weeks. We decided to put in 5 scoring cards. You can see them peeking out here behind the box in the image. If you don't get the neoprene mats, essentially the scoring during the game was nearly impossible. You would wait till the end of the game, and then you would lay out each of your constructed robots or golems and figure out how much what the score was for each one. Versus if you have the neoprene mats, you can, as you complete the robot before you consolidate all the parts, you figure out, oh, that's a 15-pointer, and then you put it in the 15-point slot. Well, we just decided to build in some scoring cards so you can do the exact same thing with the base game. Even if you don't have the neoprene mats, you get one of these cards that has each of the possible scores in a ring, and you just put your stack of the robot cards assembled next to each of the spokes as appropriate. So super simple solution, fairly inexpensive to just add that right in. Now you don't need the neoprene mats. Of course, the neoprene mats are still gorgeous. So Alex, I think this was your most recent idea, and I love it.
Cool. Yeah, I'm glad it worked out. I think that'll be a cool way to keep score.
Indeed. All right, so rulebook 80 cards. Actually, so it's 85 cards with those scoring cards. All right, highlights of the game. Shouldn't be any surprise at this point. We are masters of the drop. That's our bread and butter. That's what's put us on the map here, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me quickly refer to chat before I explain that. There was a question. Do we have to manually add in? Okay, so someone asked, do you have to add those modules to your cart, to your pledge, if you're an early bird? No, it will be automatic. And do you have to add Boblin Bites if you're a previous backer? No, it will be automatic. All you have to do is back either the base game or the base plus the neoprene mats, whatever you want. In fact, that is why we didn't put those modules into any of the reward tiers, because I didn't want to confuse people, doing an all-in even though they didn't need to get some of those extra modules. So that will all be automatic later. You just get the specific things that you want. Okay. So yes, so we have this this term that we've coined, drop style game. That means that dropping is a core mechanism of the game. Certainly helps with the immediate setup, dropping everything on the table, you're ready to go. But then also it's incorporated throughout the game. In this case, you have this real spatial, messy pile of parts that's constantly changing throughout the game, and parts will get thrown back on top of the pile and cover other cards. So it's just this real spatial environment with this dropping of stuff throughout the game is really what makes games like this, Dungeon Drop and Drop Drive, possible. Of course, the other two have won all sorts of great awards. Widgets Workshop, we'll see. That's the plan. Ruel gave us a really nice quote here about, phase shift in general, taking these simple mechanisms, making them, something really special and a lot of fun. So the game is at its core a drop style game. It's also spatial set collection. I pretty much already described it, right? You've got this messy pile of cards, which you can see an example of there, and you're trying to kind of look through this and figure out where the parts are that might match the robots that you're trying to create. And then using one finger to yank one of those cards out from the pile. And once it's separated, you pick it up and you put it in one of your bays. Maybe it was exactly what you needed. Maybe it's close and that will still score you points, but maybe it wasn't exact. Or maybe it's nothing at all that you wanted, and that's fine too. You can start a new robot in a different bay, or you can even just toss the part back on the pile if you really don't want it. So it's spatial set collection, because essentially you are trying to find parts that match as many of these different criteria as possible. Every robot's got a element that's earth, air, fire, water. Every robot has a archetype that is strength-based or speed-based. And everyone has a makeup that is either organic or mechanical. That really is the difference between a robot versus a golem. So that is the spatial set collection part of this. And the card crafting. We mentioned this on another live stream recently, but this is a perfect example of teamwork at its best. This was not originally designed as a card crafting game. That emerged through the course of some of our designers meeting up and playing each other's prototypes after hours at one of the conventions. And it was actually Scott Smith, the designer of Dungeon Drop, as we were playing a prototype copy of Widgets Workshop with opaque cards, like totally just normal type cards. He said, wouldn't it be cool if the centers were transparent? You could actually see this robot that you're making. That was brilliant. And we immediately ran with that, and it haven't looked back. And now it has become such a pivotal and iconic aspect of this game that that you can see here's an example, right? You got this really weird looking robot. You got organic parts and robot parts and earth, air, and all these things mixed together. But you can see it, and it has a unique name. And that was Alex kind of riffing even further off of the card crafting idea. He said, what if we do these special combinations of vowels and consonants? We can have the names be generated automatically as well. I love it. I'll pause here for any comments from the team, but to me, this just puts the icing on the cake at the end.
Yeah, no, it's I love the way it all came together, and it was so different than what the initial game that I pitched was, but in a really, really incredible way. So I've never worked on a game that had translucent cards. I have no idea how you were able to do it at that price point, but kudos to you.
Well, I'll thank our manufacturer. We work with several different manufacturers at this point, and we definitely had to put this one out for bid. Didn't want to just assume that our preferred kind of normal manufacturer would be the cheapest, and they weren't. And at this point, we have several preferred manufacturers. So this was one of the other ones, and we're really looking forward to the outcome here. So yeah, and yeah, there really are over 1 million combinations possible of all the different pictures and the names. And oh my God, if you watch some of the previews videos that are on the campaign page further down, I just had so much fun watching Tom Heath and his wife from Slicker Drips playing, and they would just call out the names when they created one. And it's like, I never conceived that that word would even be pronounceable. And it was just so much fun. And every one of these previewers has different examples because that is truly, there are that many possible combinations. Yeah, Kyle McCarley. It's so satisfying to put together and see what its name is. All right, so how to play. You saw it in the video. First, you drop. There's our dropping of the pile. Then you're using one finger to pull out a part from the pile. You have a choice. You can either pull out one face-up part or two face-down parts. You look at them and then choose which one you want and drop the other one back on top of the pile. And the yanking out becomes a really fun, interesting part here, too. In fact, Alex, I remember you saying that you love this idea of the gear cards because they will actually kind of hook onto each other sometimes. And so as you're yanking a part out, other parts of the pile get kind of affected and impacted. And that's cool. And you just leave everything where it is after you're done yanking the part out.
Yeah, it reminds me of like when you're a kid playing with Legos or something and you're digging through it trying to find the perfect part, and eventually you do get it, but because of everything you disturbed, you find other stuff along the way. It's like a little dumpster diving kind of thing.
Yeah, it's awesome. And you can even try to yank out something from the bottom. You just see a little corner peeking out. That's up to you. And you're going to make some big pile, or a big path through the pile as you yank it out and pull it to the edge. That's totally cool. And then, of course, you are putting those cards into one of your 3 bays. Now, here you've got the neoprene mat. You don't need that as long as you have a space that you essentially are going to put the 5 cards for each of your different robots that you're building. You basically have 3 different bays that each can hold 5 parts. And the neoprene mats make it nice and simple to kind of throw it down on the appropriate spot. Once you have all 5 parts, that's left arm, left leg, right leg, and torso. You put it together, you see what its name is, you score it, and you put it next to the appropriate score on the mat or the scoring card. And that's the game, guys. I mean, it really is that simple. Couple rules with the drafting process, but that is it. There is also a really cool optional game mode. It's in the one of the rule books that you can download on the page. Construct Chaos. I don't remember whose idea this was. Alex, was this you or?
I want to say it was Tim or someone else from your local group.
It might be Tim because he loves Galaxy Trucker. It's one of his top 10.
Yeah, but it was Tim, I think.
And I think it has that vibe to it. So basically, the normal game is turn-based, but you can play this, and we've done this, and it's so super fun. It's just a totally different, more frantic type experience. But you basically say on your mark, get set, go. And then everyone is pulling. You still have to use one finger. You're just pulling apart, looking, deciding which bay to put it in, and keep going as fast as you can. And you're trying to still complete as many and the most optimized robots that you can, but you don't have to wait for the other player. So the faster you can do it and still be optimized, you score all those in real time as you go. You put it next to the appropriate scoring part, and you keep going until the pile's empty. And so now you're talking about a game that can take 3 to 5 minutes. I mean, it's so fast and just really, really crazy fun. All right. More kudos from our friends at various previewer outfits. We have an official how to play video from our really good friends at Board and Barrel. I love these guys so much. They're based in California. This is Kyle McCarley. Every time he does a how to play video for us, he creates a character. He gets in, here he's got like a form of a costume on. He's got like smudges on his face because he's like a worker in a workshop. And he makes it fun. And so really, really happy to work with these guys. They also do a live stream for us every time we run a campaign. Theirs aired, I think, about a week ago, and we have it linked up on the campaign page so you can see it. Definitely check out the how to play video. That will go through every single nuance of the rules and make sure you know how to play correctly. Let's see. Kyle, it turns out they answered the earlier question, but we don't need to add the manual. Okay. Thank you, Tim, for staying on top of things there. Okay. Then we have the draft rule book. and also a separate draft, like rule sheets for the optional game modes and the add-ons. That includes the Boblin Bites Pizza Break and the Arcane Accessories and the Construct Chaos mode that I just mentioned. So I don't know right now if we're going to end up putting that all into the one rule book with some extra pages or keep it as separate pamphlets or something. I haven't decided that yet. But you have access to all the rules there. Also, you'll see Alex and I playing this shortly. We now have, as of yesterday, Tabletop Simulator by Berserk Games just launched official downloadable content for Widget's Workshop. And let me tell you, we've had a relationship with Berserk for many years now. They did a DLC mod for us for Dungeon Drop, and it's great. But what they did with Widget's Workshop is, to me, next level. Wait till you see it. There's auto scoring. There's holographic images of the construct that you create spinning around. It's just really awesome. Anyone can get that if you have Tabletop Simulator, which is available on Steam. The mod for Widget's Workshop is just $5, and anyone can download that as of today. We will run a giveaway contest, which I'll launch probably later today, offering up Steam codes for either Tabletop Simulator or Widget's Workshop, your choice, depending on what you already have or don't have. And we'll give away 5 of those. So definitely look for that. All you're going to have to do is share the campaign link, which obviously is super important to us. And you'll watch Alex and I play that shortly. All right, previews. So just another quote there from Tom Heath in the UK. We have, of course, Rado runs through. We had Ruel doing a great run through, and he gives you his thoughts at the end. We've got Slicker Drips in the UK, Tom Heath. Him and his wife played, and then he gave his initial thoughts. Of course, our friends at the Tantrum House, who you also heard Will and his wife's voices during the intro video there as they kind of walk through the highlights of the game. They always do a tremendous job. And here is that live play, the live stream from Board and Barrel that I mentioned. There's also an ad that Chaz Marler pulled together. Chaz from Watch It Played and his new series that this was actually a part of. Chaz and Paula from Watch It Played are putting together several new episode series. In fact, this one was called Lost in the Shuffle. So he's kind of brewing a bunch of cool things. Awesome. All right, let's talk about cross collab. So this is a Pocketopia thing. Pocketopia, BackerKit in general, I think always tries to promote this, but Pocketopia in particular, all of us 67 creators were basically encouraged to find another creator that synergizes with your project, whether that synergy is theme or type of gameplay, mechanics, or even just friends that wanted to rally together, whatever the case may be. 2 publishers, creators partner together, and they're part of now a cross collaboration. And so for us, we have collaborated with Coffee Cat Board Games. They have a game called Super Battlemon. It also just went live as of 1 p.m. 30 minutes ago. So check out his game. And essentially what happens here is if you back Widget's Workshop and you back Super Battlemon, both of us give you freebies. For him, he puts in a special Golem card into the game. It's essentially the picture of Widget from our box cover, that right there, on a Golem card in his game that you can play with Super Battlemon. And for us, we now have a picture of one of his artworks here. This is Pandemonium, which we are now referring to as our legendary Ether Spirit, that becomes an accessory that you can use in Widget's Workshop. Essentially, it's a really cool, powerful card. It gives you a wild in each of the 3 different traits: element, makeup, and archetype. But it comes at a cost of 5 points. So what you really try to do with this one is when you add this to one of your robots, you could end up increasing its score anywhere from 5 to 15 points, but at a cost of 5, right? So essentially you're trying to optimize it to make you at least 5 points, possibly 10 points by adding it to the right robot. Really fun, really cool artwork, and proud to be working with Quinn and his game Super Battlemon. All right, add-ons. Well, you already heard about it. Arcane accessories, which you can get free if you back today or tomorrow. This is awesome. This is so the card I just showed is an accessory. It's basically one more that you can add to these 8. The way the accessories work, and you'll see Alex and I playing this. If you draft an accessory card, because these will be strewn through the pile like all the other parts. And if you draft one, let's say that one on the top there, if you take that card from the pile, you put it to the side in your workshop. You don't put it right in a bay. Put it to the side. And then when you complete a robot, you can choose to attach any one of the accessories that you've put aside to that robot. If it's helpful, right? You're not going to do it if it's not helpful. You keep it for a different robot. In this case, in the one on the top there, what that's saying is fire and water are interchangeable. So if you had a robot that was really optimized in the archetype and the makeup, but the elements were kind of mismatched, this now combines water and fire so that it all counts as the same, and possibly earning you an additional 10 points if you ended up having like 3 of one and 2 of another. That would have been 0 points. And you go now to having 5 of the same, that's 10 points. So that's that. And then the other ones, like the wings here, will add 1 symbol of either strength, speed, organic, or mechanical. So it just gives you many more options for how you're building your robots. And again, trying to optimize, get to that sweet max score of 30 points per mech robot or golem. And Boblin Bites Pizza Break. I just have to go down to the quote here from Dustin Hendrickson and Kyle McCarley from Board and Barrel as they were playing, or they were debriefing after they played, and they were talking about the different modules. They didn't really. I think Kyle said to Dustin, "Yeah, we just ate Boblin." He's like, "We ate Boblin? Oh my God, there's Boblin in the pizza." Listen, there's no way to know for sure. It is unknowable if Boblin is baked into the pizza, or are those just goblin bites in the pizza and Boblin likes to eat it himself. Listen, there's no way to know. What we do know is pizza is great for energy when you're working in the workshop all day. And these cards, when you draft them, will let you take a double turn on some later time. So a lot of fun, really simple addition to the game. And you'll have to decide for yourself if Boblin is baked in there or not. Of course, you can get extra sets of the game, extra sets of the neoprene mats at the exact same price as the reward tiers, which is $15 for the game, $25 for the full set of 5 neoprene mats, which will all have embroidered edging. Beautiful premium mats. All righty. Let's talk Obelisk. And Chris has stuck around. Thank you, Chris. So Chris Williams on the live stream here with us is the designer of Obelisk. And I'll shut up maybe for a second. Let Chris, since you stuck around, I'll let you introduce your game. And then I'll explain why it's part of the campaign here.
Sure, yeah. So Obelisk is a 2-player abstract strategy game. It's incredibly simple to teach and play. It's really fast, but it's got some nice bite to it, some depth there. Basically, what you're doing is you have this circle of cards that kind of makes up your board, and you're putting these 4-sided dice onto the cards and then moving them either clockwise or counterclockwise, trying to block your opponents and land on them. The fun thing that I always liked about this game, as opposed to other abstract strategy games, is when you land on an opponent, it banishes them and basically makes it so that die isn't useful anymore. But you can always get it back. You can land on your card and try to get that back. And you can see those little rift tokens are what happens when you bring a die back into play. And that kind of closes off the map so you can't send them there. And what's really fun about those little tokens is everyone seems to compare them to those little red lozenges. I can't remember what they're called. Secrets. Is that how you say them?
That's one of them for sure. Yeah.
They kind of look like candy, but don't eat them.
Yeah. So I don't know if I love that analogy, but hey, I don't want people eating our pieces. Please don't eat them. You can't eat them.
They're really cool looking. Got a cool little red swirl in them and everything, though. It's like the quality of this game has been amazing. It's got those cards you can see have a nice holographic shine on them. Yeah. It's just been top notch. I was really happy with how it all
gorgeous
turned out.
Production. We're super proud of it. Obelisk never had a Kickstarter. Kind of the whole point of this game being here as part of Pocketopia, I've said it before, to me, it affords the opportunity for creators to give the spotlight to a small box game that otherwise normally wouldn't warrant doing a full crowdfunding campaign. Obelisk was essentially straight to retail. If I had known of something like Pocketopia back then, we would have put it on that. We have the opportunity now with widgets, and what we decided to do was essentially give you the opportunity to get like a Kickstarter rate for Obelisk now with Widgets Workshop. Even though it's not the primary focus of the campaign, they are the same size box. They're both super portable. Obelisk, by adding it to your pledge, is essentially just $10, and it's a 20 MSRP, so you're getting it at half off. Just a great opportunity to give a little spotlight to this game as well, which never had that crowdfunding focus. So feel free to check that out. There's a great review of that from our friends at the Family Gamer here. And that's Obelisk. All right. I'm going to skip over Play It Forward. This is kind of a future thing. We will talk to you about this after the bustle of the first week. Feel free to read on that on your own, but we may have some interesting things that we talk to the community about a little bit later. Alex is on the call here with us, and I've introduced him in the past, but I really want to draw attention. Alex is a rock star designer in this space. If you don't already know, he recently finished a campaign through Smirk and Dagger for A Place for All My Books, which rose over $1 million on Kickstarter. I'm stoked about that game. I'm all in on it. Actually, Alex, I'll give you want to give a quick pitch for the game, because I think it's just wicked cool the way you pulled the theme together.
Sure. So A Place for All My Books is it's a cozy game of book collecting, purchasing and collecting. We're a bunch of introverts who each have our own apartment. And the really sort of fun thematic thing about the game is that our main resource that we're spending in the game is social battery. So because we're introverts, we're sort of drained by being outgoing. So you want to get a lot of books, but going into town to buy those books in the shared worker placement spaces is very draining. So you have to sort of complete little tasks around your apartment, stacking up the books and putting them just so that make you happy to build up your social battery, so you can go brave the world and go get more books in town to bring them back home. So it's a really fun little core loop. It's very puzzly and thinky, but it's also very cozy because of the theme.
I love that. That is awesome. And then you also, a year ago, completed, and I think just now people are getting their pledges for Critter Kitchen. Want to give a quick pitch of that one?
Sure. So Critter Kitchen is a game by Cardboard Alchemy, who did Flamecraft. So it's got the same artist as that, Sandara Tang. It is just fulfilling now, so people are about halfway through getting their copies, and it'll be in retail in April, I believe. That is a game where you're all animal chefs working in your own kitchen in the town of Bistro Bay. It's a simultaneous worker placement game where we all choose secretly where to send our workers to different locations in town that have different ingredients. And then when we reveal where they're going, the spots that they go to and how they bump up against each other based on their size and speed affects who can get which ingredients. So it's a lot of sort of reading the table and like, I know, you know, kind of psychology. And then you're serving little plates, and there's a food critic that comes to town that you have to serve a meal to. And it's very cute. I would say it's cozy based on the aesthetic, but it's very cutthroat in terms of how you're actually playing. So
yeah, these critters get dirty.
Yeah.
And that one rose over $1 million as well. So clearly Widgets Workshop is on its way as of half an hour ago to great heights. So yeah, I mean, Alex, you're on fire, and it's awesome seeing that success. So keep it going. I can't wait to see what future games you come out with. And I know you and I are already talking about one or two. So
thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. The taxes and shipping part that everyone loves, of course, we certainly tried to keep numbers down, but we also had to be mindful of everything going on in the world. Everyone is well aware of tariffs and all sorts of impacts that we just have to be mindful of. We can't ignore them. So we've done our best to keep everything as low as possible, but also realistic. And our socials. And at the end of the live stream from the Board and Barrel, Danica said, so who wants to just sit here and make robots a bit before everyone goes home? I thought that was a great way to end our campaign page as well. Let me quickly hop over to the pledge levels. kind of already hit on it, but just to be clear. So the base tier, of course, for Widgets Workshop is 15. Then we've got a tier that includes the 5 mats, which the mats are 25, so that's 40. Hey, look, we already have a bunch of backers. Then we have, if you want just the games, but you want to add on Obelisk, we've got that there. And then Obelisk plus Widgets plus the mats. That's essentially the all-in for this campaign. That's 50. And then we, of course, got our retailer pledge as well. Certified retailers only. One note on Obelisk, if you want any of the pledge levels that include Obelisk, that is only available for North America and Europe. The reason is those are already made. They're not coming from China like the new stuff. And because they're already made, they only exist in our warehouses. And we have warehouses in the US and Germany. So they are regional. And in the pledge manager later on, we will also have options. I know this came up. We will have options to pick up Dungeon Drop, Drop Drive, and some of our other recent games. Ether Spire will be there and so on. And certainly those are available, but again, restricted to North America and Europe. Tim just chimed in chat. I strongly urge anyone who doesn't know Obelisk to check it out. Thank you, Tim. It's fantastic, quick playing, rewarding abstract strategy game. I agree. All right, and then add-ons is the same things. Again, you do not need to add on these arcane accessories or Boblin Bites if you back in the first 48 hours and or if you were a previous backer. Extra copies of stuff. That's it. That is the campaign. There will be live streams that we do. I think they show up in the community section here throughout the campaign. This was our big kickoff today, which we're thrilled. This is a lot of fun, and we're going to move into playing a copy of the game on Tabletop Simulator in just a moment. But you can check out other live streams previous, and we will post future ones as well. And there's some frequently asked questions and so on. So with that, Alex, Chris, anything you think I missed?
No, I think that was very thorough.
Yeah, that game looks amazing. I'm honestly very honored to have Obelisk inside of it. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it, we love the box size. It certainly stands to reason that we might do more in this call it our portable line of games or whatever. Definitely is very convenient to just toss into a backpack, and also the time frame to play the games. It's certainly meant to feel like it's on the lighter side, filler games, if you will. I mean, your game you can play in literally 5 to 10 minutes, really small.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. Well, let me stop sharing.
I will hop off and let you guys enjoy Tabletop Simulator. If anyone else is like me and hasn't ever purchased mods on Tabletop Simulator, I've always used it just for game design stuff and everything. I am blown away by what those mods can actually do and stuff. Like, it's way more than what anyone has ever normally seen.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I always used it for prototyping and testing, and I am seeing like an actual game, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know it could do that. So.
Yeah, it's amazing. All right. Well,
I'm sorry. I was just responding to somebody asking if they can put 20 sets of the pizza cards and play with 80 pizzas in the game. Feel free. Yeah, no, I want to echo that actually, and I've told Julia, my contact at Berserk Games, this recently. They've been tremendous to work with, and the level of creativity and kind of technical advancement that's happened over the years. I'm really thrilled with the way this mod came out and what's possible, and we are working with them on our other games as well, yours included, Chris. So look for more.
I think a lot of people, when they learn something and it kind of gets locked into their brain the year they learned it. So like, I for me, Photoshop exists in a vacuum of 2008. Anything that's new after 2008, I don't know how to do in Photoshop. TTS, I don't know, like 2015, 2016 when I started using it. I know how to do everything from that year. Any new features they've added, it's just blowing my mind. So
it is awesome. So kudos to Berserk Games and my primary contact there, Julia, who I think is watching in on the stream as we speak. So, all right, let's thank you, Chris. Have a great one. And Alex and I are gonna relax and play a game. And I'm going to shut up for a bit. Anything else you want to say before I figure out how to share my screen?
No, let's do it. Game on. So I believe this is something where you can host it and other players can join with the mod. So I'll let you be the one to queue it up and just let me know where you want me to go.
Yep. This will take just a minute or two, folks. I didn't have Steam loaded. I should have preloaded it. So let me load it up. Feel free to post any questions in the chat, folks. Questions for me, Alex, or about food, whatever. Put it in the chat. It's great to see so many of you across these different platforms. Definitely the most we've had on a live stream to date. All right, we got a Widgets Workshop, but you build pizza instead of robots. Oh, like a pizza workshop. Pizza. Hey.
That's not a bad idea.
That's not. This game began as Reliquary. There's the original prototype box, which was about kind of like archaeological digs for old artifacts. And as Alex and I were talking about other possible themes for the game, it was very clear. Anything that you could imagine being in a pile that you want to kind of sort through.
Oh man, the translucent cards with the toppings and you just stack them on to make the pizza. That's pretty
good. All right, we are opening Tabletop Simulator. Once it's launched, I'll share that screen. Some of the other ideas that we had, Jurassic Pile, like where you're discovering bones of the dinosaurs, and you could actually assemble them and create the different shapes of a dinosaur. I'm going to have to lower the volume on Tabletop Simulator here. Sorry if the audio gets really loud for a second. Another idea that we had tossed around was like an arcane library with all sorts of books like that needed to be organized on the shelf. Sound familiar, Alex?
Yep.
Let's see. Okay, so now I've got it open. I should be able to share screen.
And actually, you had been asking after this game for a number of years because it had been with another publisher before it eventually came to you. And I really like that you put so much time and energy into thinking about those alternatives, because where it landed is so different than where it started. I feel like it would have been very easy to just say like, well, that's what the game is, because that's what I've been thinking about for the last 5 years or whatever. So it stays what it is. But I mean, you really put it through its paces and made it into something better than it was when you got it. So I think that's great.
All right. Server name will be Widget. Yeah, we'll keep the password on for now. Password PSG, Alex. Create. Now I'm pushing my computer, my laptop here pretty hard between the live stream up on the other screen, this happening here. Hopefully the performance will work, although I think it just stopped sharing. Let me reshare. I think that's because it was loading. All right, Alex, I see you in there.
Mm-hmm.
And for the viewers at home, I'm going to do picture-in-picture so that Tabletop Simulator is as large as possible.
Very nice.
Right, and I'm also just going to quit a couple other things to free up system resources. It's definitely feeling a little sluggish.
I don't know if it'll help or not, but you could pass host to me. I have a copy of the game as well, so I don't know if that makes it less taxing on.
I don't know. How do you actually do that? Right.
If you right click on my name up top, or left click, sorry. No, yeah, right click. You should be able to just promote me or give host.
Give host. Hey, let's try it. Maybe it'll help. All right. Oh, actually, I think that definitely. I have to join your now. I think it definitely helped. Jeff Johnson, will there be a support level, pledge level? We don't have an official one. I assume you mean like the $1 kind of pledge. I don't know if BackerKit is like Kickstarter where you can just do that anyway. I'll check into that. Thanks for asking.
I was curious about that too. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't for this particular Pocketopia thing, because I know that if you back like 6 games, you get a bonus thing, and they probably wouldn't want people to just go through and do $1 on each of sticks, but I don't know for sure.
Got it. Okay.
Jason, before we start talking about the game on the table, do you want to just spin the camera around the wall really quick? Because I didn't even know you could do this in TTS, but it's super neat.
So you're going to see some really cool, fancy stuff as we go. But yeah, what Alex is talking about, we got some nice spinning gears on the walls. I mean, the whole table is themed really cool. We got this fantasy landscape in the background. And of course, we've got Widget's Workshop. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit stuttery on the stream, but those gears are silky smooth when you're playing in TTS.
Yeah.
So it's real nice.
So the way this works here is we've all got our neoprene mat, and as we play, the cards will snap right to those different spots in our bays, which is really nice. Once we've completed a robot, you will drag those 5 parts. You can select all of them at once, drag them down into one of these spaces right in front of each player. Those are your showcase areas, and it will automatically assemble and score the robot. We can play with both modules, Pizza Break and Arcane Accessories. What's all this over here? Oh, it looks like a little scoring cheat sheet. There you go. So if you're the host, I think you will need to hit start game. Actually, before you do, hold on. Let me see if I can.
I clicked it, so if it goes, I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'm just going to see if I can adjust my settings at all. Or actually, I wonder maybe if you share your screen.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that.
If you think you got a beefier system.
Yeah.
Because this is definitely taxing my system here quite a bit.
Yeah, why don't you stop sharing and then I'll start sharing and we'll see.
Siege says, disclaimer, table and gear walls will not be included with the game in physical form.
So I hit screen share, Jason. You might have to do something on your end as the host to make it actually pop up.
Yep, 1 sec. Right, and I am going to check my settings one last time.
Yeah, look at those smooth gears.
Love it. Okay. Well, I think you can go ahead and start it.
Yeah, I've been clicking it. It's not, doesn't seem to be going.
Oh, we have a bug.
I don't know if something got messed up when we passed host. I could just try reloading.
Did you own it officially, right? You use the code I gave you?
Yep. Can you try clicking on the button to see if that does anything?
Yep, 1 sec.
Oh, I need to take a seat. Okay.
Oh, yep.
All right, I'll be lucky blue over here. That makes so much sense because when we switched, it gave you the seat. Excellent. So do you want to play with or without the modules? It'll be a little bit faster, I guess, if we don't, but it's up to you.
You can include them. They're easy.
All right, here we go.
Do I have a seat as
Ooh.
well? Yes.
Very nice. Clicky clack.
Yeah, so it spits them all out, makes a nice messy pile. And I don't think we have to worry about turn order. You're the designer of the game. Feel free to go ahead. Oh, and you should have been given an initial part card that's like on the upper left area of your neoprene mat. That's the starting card. Go ahead and place that in the appropriate spot on your bay.
Okay.
It will automatically turn and orient the card correctly. And now you have a sense of what you are looking for.
Yeah. All right.
Julia made the interesting observation in our Discord server that in Tabletop Simulator, you basically always just have one finger. So
That's
it kind of is just built in.
All right. So it's not a perfect match, but I'm going to go ahead and slide out this one right here to go with my starting one.
Okay.
So on the stream, you can see I've got wind is matching and the organic over here is matching. But it's one is a speedy and one is slow.
Yep, and I also can match 2 things with that one, although that's the same part I already have. I'm going to grab this one. I think this is exactly what I need. And let's plop that guy right there. Nice. Exactly what I needed.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and use the handy picture-in-picture. Which, I don't know if you've seen this before, Jason, but it's really great. You can lock a part of the screen in TTS into a little window here.
Oh, how did you do that? I did not know about that.
So that's a right click on the screen, and then go to picture-in-picture, and then you can just set it to wherever you want it to lock. And one thing that's really cool, if you want to just watch me take my turn on the stream, what I can do is I can actually, let's see what I want to grab before I show you.
You can just drag it right over to the picture-in-picture?
You can drag it to the picture-in-picture, and it'll actually pop right in. Although I don't want that one because that's a right arm. But let me. You know, I'm going to take a pizza. I see some pizza. I'm going to grab a pizza. And yep, and so I just dragged it right into that screen on the window on the screen, and it just pops right down there. So I don't even have to go over physically to the place. I love that feature.
That is cool.
If you're ever playing a game that takes your attention back and forth between 2 common areas, it's a lifesaver.
Yeah. How are you dragging it around? I'm left clicking, but that's not dragging it.
The window?
Yeah.
It'll if you click on the border of it, you can pull it around.
That's resizing it, but it's not. I want to put it in my lower left corner.
Yeah, click on the one of the sides, not one of the corners.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. And then there's a little lock icon too that once you center it on what you want, it'll keep it in place.
Oh, that's a huge feature. That's awesome. Okay, good. My turn?
Mm-hmm.
All right, water, strength, organic. So yeah, I'm seeing water and strength, but it's mechanical, so not exactly what I want. Water, organic speed over there. It's also the right arm, which I don't need. Pizza would be a smart play if I'm not seeing exactly what I want. Oh, I got a nice accessory here too. I'm going to grab a pizza as well.
All right, very nice. I don't see anything face up that I want, so I'm going to take 2 face down tokens, cards. And I'm going to flip these over. Let's see. My rotational degree is too high. So we got that one and that one. I think I'm going to go ahead and start something new. So I'm going to grab this one, bring it down to the right arm over here, and then this one I'm just going to chuck back into the pile.
Okay. I'm just going to take a shot at whatever this one is down here, underneath. Yank it out, and it's not the worst. So we'll slot that puppy right in. Okay.
All right.
Oh, that picture-in-picture is absolutely sublime.
Yeah. All right. This isn't the perfect part, but I don't see a perfect part, so I'm going to grab this one on top here and just suck it up and know that I'm not going to have the perfect robot.
So Overdrive on our live stream says it looks like a really fun game. I think when we play this, we'll try to battle our built bots together. 3 rounds. Pick which bot you want to fight. To determine the final winner, or the fight winner, quick comparison of elements. Water beats fire, beats nature, beats wind, beats water. Then checks strength and speed, and organic and mechanical. Strength beats mechanical, beats organic, beats speed. +1 point when you win the comparison, -1 if you lose the comparison. Your bot wins if your total's higher. So I think Overdrive, I think your point is, are you picking in secret? And it's kind of like trying to predict which one your opponent is going to choose, that type of thing. Neat idea. We've definitely had the same idea of, is there a way you can take what you've built in one game of this and now go to some additional game where you're actually like duking it out in an arena or something? That would be really cool. All right. I got to take a turn here, and I'm going to do the face down as well, even if I have to start a new robot. Let's grab this one. Flippy floppy. That's definitely not it. We'll grab this one. Ooh. Oh, that's perfect. This puppy's going back. And this guy's going right there.
All right. So I'm actually going to take the one that you left behind to start a new guy. So it's going to go, is that a right leg? Yeah. And now I've got all my slots filled up, so hopefully I don't get stuck with something I can't place.
All right, you're done. Now I'm on track to actually make a perfect 30-pointer, so I don't want to mess that up.
I don't like to hear that.
I will do the face down again. 1,
Ooh.
2. Ooh, so that's an accessory that would add strength element, which I will take, because in case I get a part that isn't strength, I might still be able to get that 30 points. So I'm going to take that accessory.
So go ahead and show me what you do with that. You placed it just off to the side like pizza, and then you'll put it on at the end?
Yes. Yep. And then when you drag all your parts down, you can drag one accessory down as well, and then you'll hit combine and see what happens.
All right. And I am just going to say thank you so much for flipping that tile up, because that happens to be the perfect tile for me.
You say this as though that was my point. It was not. So now I can look at speed organic water, but I need right arm. Oh. Okay. I am going to. You want to zoom in on my screen? On my mat, I just placed my 5th part. So now you notice here, all 5 parts have water. 4 of the 5. Oh no, only 3 of the 5 have strength. Well, that's okay. It'll still be 25. You'll see why. 3 of the parts have strength, which means right now strength is giving me 0 points, and all 5 are organic. So I'm getting right now 10 points for organic, 10 points for water. So it would be a 25 pointer. I will first drag all 5 of those parts down to any one of these bays here, but I'll put them in this bay. And notice how it automatically figured out 20. But
That's
I'm
awesome.
also gonna drag my strong arms down and just plop it in anywhere. It automatically figures out that it added 5 points. And then I hit this little lock icon.
What? That is adorable.
There's my dude.
Look at that. He pops up from the table. All right. What's his name, Jason?
Oh, Rathode.
Rathode with the forearms. Look at that guy. What a little cutie. That is very cool, the way that pops up. That's awesome.
Yep. So we'll just play to 3 for today. So that's 1. You're up.
All right. So I am going to try. I'm going to gamble on this one. I can see it's a fiery arm with strength. I don't know anything else about it, but that's good enough to gamble on, and it is just right for me. Perfect. Your turn.
What do I want to start next? God, I'm still seeing a lot of water, but I kind of don't. Well, I'll go with what I'm seeing. All right, that's gonna go there.
All right. I'm gonna do some. Oh, that's. Yeah, I'm gonna do some fishing. I'm gonna grab 2 of these off the top. See if we can dig something out. It's not perfect, but I'll take that. Left arm over there, and then I'll throw this one back on.
All right, I think this one matches perfectly. You're up.
That. Ooh, that could be. No, it's a fire guy. Oh, but I could turn fire into grass. Okay. Here's an interesting move. I'm going to grab this one. Now, this is it's a left arm. So, oh, darn. Okay. Can't do that. Now, what's the rule, Jason? I've pulled it out. Do I have to keep it?
So, yeah, once you touch it, it's yours. You can replace an existing part in your bay if you want. You can add it to a new bay if you want. And if you just don't want it, toss it back on the pile.
All right. So I'm gonna swap it with this one here to make it a left arm. And then I'm going to spend my pizza, which I'll just put off to the side of the game, to grab this token, the bonus token, which is going to allow me to swap fire with leaf, so that when I score this one, it'll match my other one. And that one that I swapped out, should I throw that back in the pile now?
Yes. Back
All right. There we go.
That part I already have. can't see which one's on top. I think that one, yep. And I don't have that piece. All right, it's not exact, but it is close enough. All right, you're up.
All right, let's gamble on. Do I want to gamble on that? Yeah, all right, I'm going to gamble on. No, I already have a torso. Tricky. Okay.
All right, now.
Hang on, still my turn.
I know. I'm just thinking.
This is tough. This one's not a perfect fit, but at this point, I think I just need to start working on finishing something. So I'm going to grab that one. All right.
All right, we're going to do some face down. And they are not going to help you this time. Well.
Almost did. Not quite.
Huh. Well, I know what I see on the board. I could get an accessory that would help. So we will grab this one. And you're up.
All right. I'm going to go over here and grab this left arm. Your turn. Oh, that's bad. That was bad. I regret everything.
You regret everything. Okay, I'm going to grab this accessory. That's what's going to let me do what I want to do. And that's it for now.
Okay. Can I fix what I broke with an accessory? That is the question. I think I'm going to have to do some fishing. So I'm going to grab 2 of these, flip them over, and hey, you know what? This one is great. So throw this back in. I now have 5 pieces to a robot. So I'm going to come over to my scoring bay. I'm going to drop these in here. And I'm going to put the accessory here.
Nice.
Which allows me to swap that green to red. And then do I just click the little lock button here?
Yep.
Ooh. So this is Vondas.
Nice.
Or Vondace. I think Ace sounds cooler. Vondace.
Love it.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful. I like that a lot.
We're gonna go fishing.
Now, the neat thing about this is if you make any golem that's not a perfect one or one off of a perfect one, you're probably making something that no one else has made, at least for the first few months of people playing this.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, this is all just going to start something new. But interesting, both of these parts are perfect matches. So we are going to grab one, and then I'm going to use my pizza to just
smart.
Take the other at the same time.
You know, they also would have been helpful for me, but that's okay.
So let's put this guy there. My pizza, just going to toss over there. And we'll grab this one as well. And that's how you use Pizza Break. You're up.
All right. Do I think I can get another? All right. I'm going to go diving again. All right. That's cool. I think I'm going to take this one, but neither one was super helpful for me, so I'll throw this one back in there.
All right, me?
Mm-hmm.
That's a right leg. I already have a right leg in that spot, so it can't be the right leg. Torso I need. Or do I just take a shot at one of these other ones that I can't see? We'll grab this white air torso. Oh, that is not good at all. I am gonna put that into a third bay and maybe not come back to it.
Very nice. So let's see what you're looking for here. Yep. Swappy swap. All right.
Too much face down on top here. We got to start sifting.
Yeah. Now, one thing that TTS, I don't think there's any way to actually make it do it. But when you pull a tile out, even if it's mostly under something in TTS, it can't really pull the things on top of it with it. So
Yeah.
the tile doesn't splay out as much as it does in the physical version. But it just changes the nature of the puzzle. It's not necessarily a bad thing. But this is okay. So I'm going to take it because I want to complete something. But this is why I was mad earlier. I accidentally. I put 2 strong symbols and 2. Come over to my bay here, so you can see. I no matter what I put here, I was boxed out of the both of the bottom symbols.
Yeah.
Which is too bad. I was waiting to see if I could get an artifact that would work for that, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and lock it in because I don't want to spend too much time chasing the perfect thing. All right, so my score went up to 30, and we'll lock it in. And we have Simpado.
All right.
Simpadu. I'm going to call him Simpadu.
This fire piece I can bend later with my accessory, and it might be the thing I needed to complete this. So let's go down and check my map. Yes. All right, that's going to be a not bad one. It's not going to be 30. But let's come down to... Sorry, my screen's a little choppy here. Throw that guy in there too.
Very nice. Uh-huh.
That is Herbine.
Hey, Herbine. What a champ. I love the way the accessories add some flavor to these too. I think with the accessory cards in play, you're going to get a lot more interesting name combinations since you're allowed to...
True. Good point.
Fix them with that. Okay. I don't have anything obvious to take, so I'm going to go into pizza mode. Take a pizza.
All right, so if either one of... Normally in a 2-player game, you'd play till 4, but just for the sake of time here, we'll play till one of us makes our third. Then the other player gets 3 last turns to also make their third. And then we see who wins.
Yeah, and right now you have 1 robot with 1 and 1 robot with 2, and I have the same. So we're pretty close in terms of what we got in front of us.
All right, it's my turn.
Yep.
All right, it's time for some face down. That one. And this one.
Jason, I'm curious. I know I am. Are you superstitious at all when you're choosing which face down ones to take? I feel like it shouldn't be a choice, but it absolutely is.
I just have fun with it, but no, I'm not superstitious. All right, that one was perfect. So there we go.
And hey, look, that one's perfect for me, so I'm going to grab that.
No.
I should just, this is great. I'll just keep letting you dig, and then I'll take whatever comes out.
Oh, no, it wasn't. It wasn't perfect. I am wrong. It's not bad, but all right. All right, back to me.
Mm-hmm. do some blind draws here. Ooh, some wings. That doesn't help me too much. I guess I will keep the wings just in case, and I'll throw the other one back. Your turn.
Where? We don't have any accessories that change the type of part. That would be nice right now.
There's this one, right?
No, I mean the type of part, like left leg to right leg.
Oh, that would be nice. Just have just like a 4 arms shoved on a guy. That'd be fun.
All right, we got to do face down based on this. Where did my other part go? Oh, there. I'm actually. Oh, flip the other one. I think I'll replace. Yep, I don't want that.
Okay.
I will replace the one I have.
I don't like how close you're getting to having a finished robot there.
Well, I'm taking a little bit of time here.
All right, I'm going to flip 2 again. Oh, yeah. That worked for me. Oh, it's an arm. Do I want to swap that arm out? Which one do I want? You know what? I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to use my pizza to take the one you just threw back. Because those are a perfect pair. So we'll see if we can do anything with that. Okay, and my pizza goes out of the game. Your turn.
Yep, I know. I need a left leg. Better speed mechanical. All right, facey down. This point, that will just be to try to complete something anyway, so we'll grab that one.
Just keep taking the ones I want. A lovely card that would have been.
Part of the game.
Indeed. Oh, gosh. Do I dare gamble on that? I'm like getting in there on TTS trying to spin around and see if something works. You know what? I know it's fire, but I think I am going to take this one. All right. Your turn.
Let's grab the one from underneath. And this one. Oof. Oof. Neither of those do anything for me, so we'll put this one in our top bay and start a new one.
You know what? I think this one is actually better than the one I just took. So I'm going to grab that and I'm going to swap it. Yep, much better. All right, your turn.
We'll go diving again. Man.
Is that a right leg?
Yeah, and that...
Don't take that. Don't. No, Jason, no.
I didn't finish that one yet.
All right.
I just needed a right leg on that. That's my dump.
You know what? In a 2-player game, you taking that away from me is just as good as you doing something great. So
True.
all right. Yeah, that would have been perfect for me. If I could have gotten that plus this water to air swap, that would have been a perfect card. I need a right leg and a torso. Oh, this was a right leg. Sorry. I need a right leg. I need a right arm and a torso. Put it in the wrong slot. Right arm and a torso. What's this one? That's not a right arm. All right, I'm going to preemptively take this one just because I think it'll help me later. So I took one of the expansion cards. Your turn.
I will grab this one.
All right, I think I'm going to have to go diving. I'm going to take these two. Ooh, rocket boosters. That's neat. That's actually very helpful. So I'll grab that, throw this one back.
I have to go diving. Not a lot of face down ones left.
Yeah.
That might trigger it though.
Uh-oh.
Second. Ooh.
No, don't take that one. That one's very nice. Don't.
Hold on, I gotta look closer. Gotta look closer at my mat.
I'm gonna come over here and see what you're working with. Yeah, you don't need a torso. That'd be crazy.
No, we'll do the other one. Even though I now know you really want it. But I am going to trigger. So let me put that in. And let's see.
Here's your board. All right, what do you have? All right, bravo.
20-pointer.
And we have Zippist. Zippist.
And I believe I have to hit. Oh, I see start game still. I thought I was supposed to hit end game, which gives me the 5 points. Well, you may. We'll just keep track.
Let's just remember it in case it does something.
That may be a bug. I don't know if Julia, you're still watching, but that may be a bug.
So I get. Well, normally it goes till 4, right? So maybe it's waiting on the 4th one.
Oh, it could be. Yeah, could be. But we'll just.
Right,
so I have 70.
I'll grab that torso you had there. So I get 3 turns, right?
Yep.
And now I need a right arm of indeterminate quality. Something with wind. A windy right arm. Windy right arm. Nope. I could take this swap and a green right arm. Yeah, okay. So a right arm plus this exchanger token here. This is so messy. Thank goodness we were playing with that expansion because I'm gonna need every inch of it. All right, so we're gonna take our tokens down here, our tiles, and that's not a very good robot, but we are now going to add on, we're going to swap that green to white. We're going to swap that blue to white. And we're going to add in a bonus speed and a bonus organic. It doesn't look like it's...
No, you can only have one accessory.
Well, Jason, that's just the worst news I've ever heard.
Julia, Julia, it's not giving me the end game button. I think that was the weird thing because I think I'm supposed to press it to get the 5 points, but
All right.
my
So,
button still says start game.
well, all the bottom ones fit, so I don't need that. I don't need that. That was just for funsies. And so it's just a matter of swapping one of these to win. So, sure. And is that?
Yep.
Yeah, and so that's a 20-pointer. All right. And who did I get? Tepter. All right.
And how many more turns? Oh, that's it. That was your turn.
That was it.
All right. So
my weak little robots cower in fear before the majesty that is your team.
70 to 45. Folks, let it be known.
Very impressive.
Publisher beat the designer. No, Julia, it's not that it isn't letting me press it. I don't even see it on my screen. It just says start game still.
Yeah, mine had a little button here that said end game. So
yeah,
I just pressed that. Oh, look at that! It gave me the 5 points. You know what? I'm going to allow it. You still crushed me.
Anyway, might be a little bug there. Obviously, we'll figure out what's going on. I am going to leave Tabletop Sim so that my system resources free up.
Sounds good. I'll stop sharing. Unless you want me to stay in it for a second.
No, you're good. That was great. We'll wrap up here.
That was a lot of fun.
And it thinks I'm still sharing. Oh, probably in a different window.
There's where your system resources are going.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in any case, super. So yeah, that was a full run through there. Tabletop Sim module is out there, available on Steam. We have it linked up on our campaign page as well. So if you are interested in that, it's just $5. And then we're also going to run we will run a giveaway as well. So let's hop over and see where we're at. I think Tim chimed in a little bit ago saying we're already at over half, which is awesome. And yeah, we got 83 backers, just under that initial threshold. So we'll see how the rest of the day goes. Hopefully that triggers, and then we're off to the races, and we'll have some fun over the next couple of weeks. So yeah, I think we are nearing the end. This was a ton of fun. I want to thank Tim again. I think he's still watching, for pulling together the trivia game. That was a lot of fun. Alex, congrats on yet another awesome game. No matter what, I assume we're gonna fun pretty quick, hopefully, and another great game under your belt. So congratulations.
Awesome. And thanks to you as well. It was great hanging out here today, and can't wait for the game to be in people's hands.
Indeed. I don't think any questions came through, so I think we will cut it there, take a break, get some food, pizza break, and we'll be back. Thanks very much to everyone who's been watching, and Alex, have a great day.